Hello, it's Jacob Felipe. Welcome to my channel. This channel is talking about relationships, whether you're single, you're in a relationship, whatever. There is a lot of situation, and I guess you can find the right advice for you in this channel. And today we're going to talk about 4 ways to make him worry about losing you. Now, if your man is making it clear as sun that he's not worried about losing you, chances are it leaves you feeling like you're not so much important for him. Maybe you even feel that he's taking you for granted, which is not a nice feeling. He might treat you as tough, whether or not you are there, and it wouldn't even make a difference to him. Or worse, he tells you that he doesn't care. And of course, that hurts. That hurts. It's leaving you angry and depressed because even the strongest girlfriends eventually can't take it anymore and just want to give up. That's life. I know this because some girl who once blogged with me on the past had the same complaint about me in our relationship. But we did eventually manage to solve this tricky problem and pretty quickly. And yours can be fixed as well. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to turn things around and get him to treat you like you do matter and you are important. So let's talk about how to make your man worry about losing you. So the first thing you can do is to not hope that he will change and start appreciating you. Okay? So I can say that this girl I mentioned was incredibly patient with me and our relationship, and one might even say maybe too patient at times. And we have observed the same tendency with other couples. It's as tough there is an unspoken rule for women that they are expected to be endlessly giving and patient. And that by trying to live up to an impossible angel-like standard, they will somehow, in some magical way, inspire the change they want in their man, so he will finally care about you. Now, let's look at the reality of trying this approach. So, the first thing which will happen usually, he will take you for granted even more, if that's all possible. And the second thing, will be like he's walking over you like you're a carpet, okay? And the third thing that can happen, you will feel worse and worse. And the fourth thing, he will worry even less about you. Now, this approach doesn't work because you would be giving him even more room to continue this behavior. It's almost like saying, hey honey, it seems the stuff you don't worry about losing me, here, let me help you worry even less. And that's not what you are trying to do, right? So, if you find yourself in this kind of pattern of waiting and hoping for him to change by being the perfect woman or the perfect angel, it's important to take charge instead, because this problem will not resolve itself. Taking charge of your relationship is the only thing that will truly result in your man's behavior changing. And it's the experience that I had with this girl I told you about. It's only when she stopped waiting and being patient and took control that she started getting the appreciation and attention she was desired. Now, the second thing you can do is stop coming his way the whole time. You need to match his efforts instead. Do you ever have the feeling you are accommodating man? Like even your boyfriend or husband, maybe when he's saying something that may be of very little interest to you, you still find yourself politely nodding, smiling, and feigning interest? If so, let me tell you, this is something us men are unfortunately very used to, and we are blind to it as well. We like to think our partner is truly interested and blown away by whatever it is we are currently flexing about. But when it's your turn to be heard, he might cut you off in the mid-sentence. Or maybe he ignores the fact you just say something to begin with. This behavior is unfortunately common. I don't know where us men get our sense of entitlement from, but it definitely has a negative impact on our relationship. So instead of coming his way the whole time, you need to match his efforts instead. Give only as much as he's giving to you, whether that's in a conversation, or texting, or in bed, or course, or dating, or any other area of the life. Match however much effort he is putting and don't put more than that. Will shake things up for him, and eventually you will realize you can choose how much of your time and attention you can give to him. That it's not guaranteed and that he has to earn it. Okay? Now, the third thing you can do is get busy pursuing your own interests. There is nothing more vexing and stimulaneous attractive to us men than a woman doing her own things, and I talk about it a lot on my channel. You see, we are selfish, okay? We like to be the most crucial things in our girlfriend's life. King of the castle, master of the universe, or any other cliche you can think of. And when we are not the center of everything, a primitive caveman alarm bell goes off like that. Why is this other thing of more interest to her now than me? How dare she prioritize getting her nails done over dining with me? What is this rebellion? Seems I must pursue and court her again. Now, it may sound ridiculous, but that's how it works. You know, like Belle in The Beauty and the Beast, only without the whole captivity and taking furniture things, right? So there is something very frustrating yet stimulating to a man when his partner goes off doing her own things. Now, this girl I told you about would be at social events, she would hanging out with friends and go to the gym or taking drawing classes at some point, and I couldn't ever out there having all the fun only to herself. And besides, what if she meets an interesting guy? You get the idea, right? So pursuing your own interest will keep your man on his toes and more interested in you again. Now, the fourth thing you can do is restructuring your relationship will make him worry about losing you. Now, lastly, it's important to address the elephant in the room here. If you're in this situation where your man is neglecting you and isn't worried about losing you, then there is more to that than it meets the eye, alright? This kind of unfair treatment doesn't appear out of nowhere. It stems from issues in a relationship that lie beneath the surface, alright? These are problems that are often old and buried because they are just too scary to face. And they develop very slowly over the course of months or years, so they are also very difficult to pick up on. But at some point, the pain is too large to continue ignoring, and you wake up and you realize, like, hey, he is not even worried about losing me anymore. He takes me for granted, okay? And what's needed at this point is to restructure your relationship to make him actually wake up and be scared to losing you. Now, since this girl I told you about, okay, and I know the struggles and learned how to overcome them, it's become crucial to us to share our experience and help other women overcome too. So if you are feeling unappreciated and unimportant and could do with some help fixing it, be sure to check my free guide that you can find in the site unlockhisdesire.com. You will find their advices and you will get to my newsletter, which I share a lot of content that can help you with this situation. That's it for today. I was Jacob Felipe and I will see you on my next video.